Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon says government has always been cognizant of the importance of urbanization to social development.
The saga surrounding the public transportation fares brought to bear on commuters continues, and bus associations are at odds over what the fares should be.
And in tonight's judicial segment, Gaisuko payroll robbers are refused bail and confessed Bartica massacre suspected murder. Dennis Williams is also charged for that crime.
The details of these and other stories, business news, and of course the latest sporting action in the Diamond Mineral Water and NCN Sport News and more after these. Good evening, I'm Delicia Fletcher.
And I'm Paul Moore.
With this edition of the 6 o'clock news for today, Monday, November 10, 2008. Here's what's happening, Paul.
Thanks, Delicia. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon says government has always been cognizant of the importance of urbanization to social development, addressing a validation workshop on the first draft urban environmental assessment. Dr. Luncheon also underlined the importance of studies done within the Guyanese context. More in this report.
Global Environment Outlook was initiated by the United Nations Environment Programme to assess the state of the environment at global, regional and national levels. With support from the UNEP, the School of Earth and Environmental Sciences, in collaboration with several government agencies, completed the first draft Urban Environmental Assessment Report on Georgetown. UNEP Program Officer Kakuko Yoshida says this report aims to break down technical research into information which can be used to guide governmental policies. It also provides key information on effective environmental management, but she notes that the initiative's success can only be realized through interest and commitment from all stakeholders. While urbanization has become a topical issue on the international scene, Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon says there is need for a holistic approach. In this regard, he says government has always maintained an outlook on the big picture.
And we have worked among ourselves, we've worked with the international community, we've worked with diverse forces to apply our understanding, those that reflect the Guyanese peculiarities, the Guyanese realities on the management of the process of urbanization.
Though there have been numerous studies, Dr. Luncheon says these have failed to adequately address issues here.
Let us resolve to always keep in mind the primacy of our reality. That indeed this is about Guyana, and this is what we want to see in Guyana. And that there is no magic recipe. And once we conceive that what comes out of our engagement must be tooled and fashioned to address our reality, then we would come to understand the way in which this administration functions.
He has noted government's commitment to resolving matters affecting citizens and urged analysts to identify gaps and define the best way forward. The official environmental report is expected to be out early next year. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, I'm Charlotte Lau.
Consumers are puzzled about what should be the bus fare when using the public transportation. This comes while bus operators who are members of the Guyana Public Transportation Associations today released what they refer to as an official fare structure. Meanwhile, the General Minibus Association has not yet issued an official fare structure to operators. Mark Murray has the details in this report.
While the various minibus associations argue to who represents who and who has authority over what, consumers are made to pay the usual price even as minibus operators enjoy a reduction in gas prices. Today, the Guyana Public Transportation Association GPTA issued an official fare structure which remains the same. They are calling on consumers to pay the usual fares until the association meets with the Commerce Minister. The association supposedly met with the Commerce Minister, but the GPTA is claiming that it was misrepresented by someone who is no longer part of the body. At the meeting, a decision was made for the fares to be reduced to its previous rates, and an official structure was to be released and was not done up to news time. Now the minister is refusing to talk to the media, saying that a decision was already been made. NCN spoke with minibus operators at the weekend, some of whom were willing to reduce the fares if they were in receipt of an official advisory to do so, while others say the price for spare parts and cost of living should also be considered. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon had said that placing these operators under the Public Utilities Commission solved the issue, a suggestion to which both associations agree. Government said consideration is still given on the use of coaches. Mark Moore reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news.
A policy paper that aims to deepen cooperation and development with Latin America and the Caribbean has been launched by the Chinese government. The launching took place this weekend, and the paper confirms the goals of China's policy on politics, culture, peace, security, and judicial affairs in regional countries. A release from the Chinese embassy said that the country sees Latin American and Caribbean countries playing a key role in international and regional affairs. To this end, the hope of the policy paper is to clarify China's positive attitude on achieving these common goals. The release says the Chinese side will carry out the policy paper conscientiously to new heights with the joint efforts from countries in the region. Agriculture Minister Robert Persaud says the development of the beekeeping industry could result in poverty reduction and food security within the region. He made this remark during the 5th Caribbean Beekeeping Congress, which commenced at the International Conference Center earlier today. More in this report.
The beekeeping conference is being held under the theme Promoting Organic Beekeeping in the Caribbean through Strategic Investments. Over the next 4 days, some 50 experts in the field are expected to discuss the achievements and devise a plan for the development of the industry. According to Agriculture Minister Robert Persaud, it is crucial for stakeholders to network and develop a common path for this viable industry. He says this is especially necessary given the hostile trade environment and unpredictable financial system.
So we are not each other's competition. We're not here to outdo each other as members of this region. In fact, our focus should be on complementing each other and how it is that we can come together and look at synergies and see what it is that each of the territory can do better so that we can pool those resources if we want to move forward and to be able to survive.
Reflecting on the theme of the conference, the minister notes that the sector has been encountering severe difficulties in the past 25 years. However, he is optimistic that these can be overcome and has expressed government's commitment to investing and providing more resources for the industry. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Samuel Hinds believes that beekeeping can generate mass economic activity while maintaining a low-carbon path. He has urged stakeholders to encourage more persons to become involved in this enterprise and says Guyana is open to more investments and greater linkages.
We hereby hope that this 5th conference would lead to transforming beekeeping in Guyana from the hobby for a few that it has been to a sustained commercial activity for many, many Guyanese.
According to the Prime Minister, beekeeping can also be a sustainable alternative for hinterland communities who fail to compete within the traditional agricultural sector. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, I'm Charlotte Lau.